LATUN and this is Crazy News. We begin with breaking news from Malaysia. A major tax evasion scandal has come to light, shaking the nation's financial landscape. Let's dive into the details. The Malaysian government has launched a comprehensive investigation into an elaborate network of tax evasion, which is estimated to have resulted in significant revenue losses for the country. This scandal involves influential individuals and corporations allegedly evading their tax obligations. The authorities have uncovered a complex web of offshore accounts, shell companies, and other illicit means to conceal income and evade taxes. The Malaysian Inland Revenue Board has diligently worked to unravel this intricate scheme and hold those responsible accountable. Some findings indicate that some of the country's wealthiest individuals, high-ranking government officials, and prominent corporations are implicated in this scandal. These include business magnates, politicians, and even well-known celebrities. The full extent of this tax evasion and the identities of those involved are still being determined. The impact of this scandal is far-reaching, both economically and socially. It raises serious concerns about the fairness and integrity of the Malaysian tax system and the potential erosion of public trust. Furthermore, it could harm the nation's reputation as a business-friendly destination, potentially discouraging foreign investment. The Malaysian government has clarified that it will not tolerate tax evasion. The authorities are taking swift and decisive action to ensure that those involved face legal consequences. Penalties for tax evasion in Malaysia can include hefty fines, imprisonment, and confiscation of assets. As this investigation progresses, we will closely follow any developments and keep you informed. Stay tuned to Crazy News for the latest updates and expert analysis on this breaking news story.
I'm NURAINI SHAMSUDIN as a reporter for the Crazy News.
Hi, my name is NURSYAFIKA binti MASROM. I am as a Prime Minister, which is Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim.
Hi, my name is ZAFIRAH and I am as an economic expert.
Hi, my name is SHAHILAH binti Ja'afar and I will explain the third and fourth recommendation.
Hi, my name is SITI NAJIHA binti JOHARI. I'm as a LHDN officer.
The issue of tax evasion is not stranger to our country. This is because the percentage rate of total tax evasion is reported to be increasing day by day. Tax is one of the best ways to finance the government expenditure and it plays an important role in increasing the government revenue. The amount of tax allocated depends on the structure of the economy. When the taxation system is effective, many people will use this opportunity to avoid paying a tax, and tax evasion will be popular. In the presence of tax evasion, the government cannot allocate revenue for their program and cannot provide desirable social service. Based on the research outcome by School of Economy from UKM, they stipulated they have a few factors that influence the risk of tax evasion, such as inflation rate, income, unemployment, the size of government, and incentive of regulation, also trade openness. This kind of activity and behavior need to be catered from continuously happen. So I believe the expert will have a better knowledge and explanation regarding on the issue.
I'm NURAINI as a reporter. Let's move on to our economy to discuss about the issue. Let's go. Everyone, now we be with Dr. Muhammad Khalid. Hi Doctor, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good.
I'm really happy to see you here. Regarding on our current economy, that was worry, especially on the taxation system. So may I ask you, your opinion regarding on the issue?
Yes, you may. Yes.
Okay, my question is about the tax evasion. What is the government way to reduce the tax evasion?
So, for the tax evasions, if you do not report, the government will penalize you up to 300%. It is the first strategy to make sure that everybody is in the net. And then for the second strategy, government will announce that individuals above 18 years old will get a tax identification number. So once you are in the net, you buy properties, do any financial transactions, you report your tax identification number, so we government can trace where you get the money from, and to evade tax that will be very difficult.
In this scenario, what if public may be willing to be a tax evader because of imbalance of structure of taxation implementation charge, where they think the high rate or lot of tax charged to them while need to struggle low household income, make them feel burdened to pay taxation. As an expert of economy, can you figure out your opinion about doing the cutting taxes in effort to avoid the tax evasion? Is that efficient to be done?
Okay, I would say as part of economists, right? So people say cutting tax is good, but actually for me personally, it's rubbish. Cutting tax never stimulates the economy. It depends on who you cut and what for.
Oh, I see now. Thank you for your answer and opinion.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hi, welcome back. Now we with other expert, which our Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim. Assalamualaikum Datuk.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay Datuk, as a Prime Minister who is responsible to ensure the country always being in a sustain of developments, the loss of revenue or budget provided should be estimated and managed well. So, since 80% of government revenue are being collected through the taxation, and there still have been issue of the lack of revenue accrued, it may be contributed by the factor of tax evasion. So, what do you think about the tax evasion itself?
So, as we know that tax evasion itself is a very serious problem that we need to overcome in order to have a good country. So, the Inland Revenue Board, which is LHDN itself, need to probe into those involved in tax evasion. So, as a result, our country's revenue will improve if efforts to do so are carried out well.
So, my next question is, in your side, what do you think about the tax evasion? Are those who are obey among those who are not imposed to tax, or those who are not interested intend to pay a tax, or those who are actually cannot afford to pay the taxation?
About that, I want these individuals, whether they are petty traders or the wealthy, to abide by the law and not evade paying income tax. And I'm saying this so that everyone, whether they are my acquaintances or not, my supporters or not, taxes must be paid to the LHDN itself, and LHDN also must search and look for tricks that they use to avoid paying taxes. And I said it was a bit strange because a sovereign, independent country with rules and regulation like us, which is Malaysia, and yet the super rich refuse to pay the taxes. And I have issued a statement for the Inland Revenue Department itself at that time that I was on the side that of the officers of the department need to ensure that those who were obligated to pay taxes must do not so without negligence.
In a nutshell, we can say that tax evasion is a crucial issue now.
Yes, that's right.
And thank you for your time and for your opinion, Datuk.
Thank you for inviting me to.
We meet again after this.
Okay.
Tax evasion will be a crucial issue if people keep on ignoring the importance of declaring and paying a taxation, and it also will raising the amount of people involved in tax evasions. So, media as a backbone to the latest information channels towards citizens and governments. So, how that media will contribute to preventing the activity of tax evaders? Let's see.
The next recommendation, which is the role of media in communicating tax tourist awareness. It is important to ensure sufficient awareness of the law, including changes, predominantly using a mass media such as television, radio, and internet. Direct contact and publications such initiative to convey a message to a wide range of taxpayers. Many tax administrations have launched a program to inform the taxpayer of specific issues and deadlines at specific locations. And at the same time, the media should play their role in ensuring the taxpayer know about the program by reaching them at home through television, advertisement and social media. Government provide to the mass media with advertisements or slot in television that there is a flow of tax revenue spending by government display. Perhaps by presenting the tax revenue through media every year, every 3 months can be a good idea proposed to the government. The media will prepare with the information about the tax revenue to be presented. Therefore, the taxpayer will be updated about the tax revenue from time to time in a year. This communication plan can help to build a strong and positive relationship between taxpayer and tax administrator due to the effort implemented by the media. Therefore, with the recommendation, awareness among taxpayers will exist since they will know what is exactly happening in the field of taxation around them, as well as decrease the tax evasion problem.
Hi Miss.
Hi,
Sorry for
here.
disturbing you. May I see you?
Yes, you can hear.
Miss, actually I want to ask you some of questions. If you don't mind, can I ask you?
Yes, I have a lot of time right now.
Okay. Okay, Miss. Like we know, and I believe you also know that LHDN has created a movement which is responsible for pursuing and taking action on the tax evasion offence. But the system is seen as not giving significant change to the decrease in the number of tax evasions in Malaysia. As on behalf of public, what your wish to the government uncovering the issue of tax evasion?
Based on my knowledge, I think another way to decrease the tax evasion problem by way of government should increase the tax penalty towards the tax evaders. For example, in Malaysia, an offence of willfully and intentionally evading or assisting any other person to evade the tax will be slapped with RM1,000 or about 20,000 or imprisonment not exceeding 3 years from my knowledge. Meanwhile, in Japan, such action are in a principle either imprisonment for 10 years or less, and they will be slapped with a fine about, if I'm not mistaken, 10 million yen or less or both. If we convert 10 million yen to Malaysian ringgit, is about 300,000 ringgit, and issue a great amount of fine imposed on the tax evaders. If this was implemented in Malaysia, the tax evader will be extra cautious to be responsible as a taxpayer. However, this recommendation should be scrutinized by all parties and agency and government agency in order to ensure the tax evasion problem is reduced.
Your suggestion is very interesting, right? So I hope that the government will hear your suggestion and we have a better observation system in the future. Thank you, Miss, for your cooperation.
Thank you, too.
Assalamualaikum and good evening. Today we at a HDN office to meet an officer of HDN to discussing about the tax evasion. Hi, Miss.
Hi.
As we know that nowadays in Malaysia there's a lot of cases of tax evasion occur. I believe that is not a issue to be left because the effort of tax evasion will be lost to the loss of revenue that could have a financial social spending or infrastructure investment. Okay, and as an officer of the LHDN, what is the further strategy could be run by LHDN to curb the issue of tax evasion?
Alright, actually tax evasion, you know guys, that is a very worrying issue, and also it's a problem of the dark economy. So according to our statistic that we made last year, 2022, the LHDN has identified that there are almost 31,598 entities, which include the individuals, businesses, companies and others who have not yet registered their income tax file and also not declared their incomes. So actually tax evasion in Malaysia can be seen in many types, like false reporting of income, using a false identity for tax purposes, and failure to file income with tax return. So this tax evasion brings a negative impacts to our government, which is there are tax losses suffered by our government itself, which is amounted to 665 million.
Okay. Who is the supposed target group that will be supported in accomplishing the effectiveness of this strategy, and how the action will be taken?
So actually LHDN implements a number LHDN. So in order to improve governance in strengthening the service delivery system to the customer. So then the system known as the EPC system, as a new method for the public to make complaints regarding the tax evasion committed by an individual or business taxpayer. So actually this EPC system has been developed to replace the email method previous in making complaint to ensure that a more structured and systematic complaint management is.
Okay, but the question is, since Malaysia has made a transaction as a part of government revenue, it brings a concern among the taxpayer about the way on tax management is handled by the responsibility party, and how LHDN will increase the competency among the citizens, ensure they know scope to run their duty in multiple pay and declare the tax.
Yes, there is a new version of LHDN taxpayer roadmap. So which is there has been improved with an interactive display for the purpose of general guidance. So to the public regarding on income tax administration in Malaysia, starting from the form preparation process, compliance activities, tax collection, prosecutions, and then appeal process. So actually, LHDN hopes that these taxpayer roadmaps can help the public understand taxation administration and further improve the level of tax awareness among the taxpayers in Malaysia. So LHDN taxpayer roadmaps was developed in order to ensure and enhance the taxpayers' confidence in the transparency of every action taken by the LHDN. So that's all my point of view.
It is a great view that we could help the government to further do innovation regarding the transaction system. So that's all from us.